What's up, guys? This is Justin again from Extreme Health Radio. Thanks for checking out this video. And we've got an interesting question from Martin, who's a first-time listener. He just found our website and he signed up to our newsletter list. And when you do that, I ask you what your health issue is. And he goes on to say, I won't read it all because it's a very long email. And he goes on to say he lists all of his health issues and health problems. He says he's 69 years young, which is cool, but he's got all the diabetes and high cholesterol, hypertension, high blood pressure, a heart attack. He's had cancer years ago. And I just wanted to say, I responded to Martin personally. So Martin, I just wrote you an email a few minutes ago, but I just wanted to use this as a sort of an example and a platform to talk a little bit about something that I've been seeing a lot in my life lately. And I'm sure you guys have seen it too. But that is that it's very, very important for us to have a health strategy. Daniel Vitalis was on our show a while back, and he talked about when you get into your mid-30s and then beyond, you want to have a strategy for your hormone health. You really want to have a way of mitigating the declines in your hormones as you age. I thought that was really interesting because he's talked about, as you age, your hormones begin to decline, and sometimes they can get out of balance based on our lifestyle choices and food and dietary choices. And as a result of that, it's sort of a cascading effect. When our hormones go, all these other systems and organs don't work properly, and then you start having this downhill, slow decline in our health, our vitality, our energy levels in our life. And so as a result of that, I thought, you know what? What is our health strategy? What are we doing to ensure, a lot of people talk about like, oh, I want to live a long time. I want to be healthy. I want to live until I'm 90 or 100 years old. But not a lot of people are doing anything about it. And in the same way that you should have a financial strategy, you should be saving money or working or doing something in order to make sure that you aren't spending everything you're earning. You should have strategies for everything in your life. I just got done reading a book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And he goes kind of beyond what I would go into, but he's got a strategy and he tracks everything down to every penny he spends and all this kind of stuff, which I thought it was a little bit crazy. But I understand the point. I understand the concept. I understand the idea, and that is to have a strategy. Now, what is your strategy? You say you want to be healthy and you want to live a long time. What are you doing now to ensure that happens? We just did a show with Kate and I on episode 399 about, the control in our life. We want to control everything and letting that go. And we got really into that. And that was really interesting. But on the flip side of the control, what is your strategy for being here? You are here for a purpose. You're alive. So God or the universe or whatever you want to call it has you here for a purpose. So do you know what that purpose is? And then if you know what that purpose is and you're working continually on your purpose, what is your strategy for being here? Why should you exist? What are you giving back to the world? In what ways are you helping people? In what ways are you encouraging the peoples in your life? So there's the whole purpose side of things, right? We want to make sure that we have a purpose for why we're here. But then what's your strategy to ensure that you have good health principles so that you can live a long time, right? Some of my strategies include daily sauna. I'm a big fan of doing saunas every day. I do my rebounder every day. Once a week, I like to do a coffee enema. I like to exercise every day. I like to do meditation every day. I like to drink a green juice and 64 ounces of water every day, along with smoothies. And there's specific things that I do every single day. Not to say I'm great, because I'm not. I've been able to slowly do this over the course of the last 13 years, adding these strategies into my life. But we all have to have a strategy because, not all of us are born with the genetics like George Burns, who smoked cigars until he was 101 years old and, ate horrible food. You can't, people say, oh, well, what about people like that? Oh, they live forever, but he grew up in a different time. His genetics were different. He obviously had a different reason for being on the earth, and he laughed a lot, it's completely different, and you can't what's the right word I'm trying to think of here? You can't presume that you're going to have the best genetics in the world. It's probably best to think that you have the best genetics, but act like you don't. So you do all these health strategies to make sure that you're here. And so, pick what strategies that you are going to adopt into your life in order to live a long time, because not a lot of people are willing to do the work. Not a lot of people are willing to do the things that they need to do in order to get what they want to get. David Wolf had a really interesting quote years ago. He said, look at someone in your life who's, basically your level of fitness and kind of like you, but who's 20 years older. And you can see your friends and family, 20 years older, and do you like what they have? Do you want to get what they have? Do you want to be who they are in 20 years? And for most of us, it's no. And so if you want what everyone else has, you just keep doing what everybody else is doing. Right? And that's average stuff. That's just going to bed, being stressed, going to bed late every night, not getting a lot of sleep, being stressed, eating a poor diet, working a job you don't like, being in debt, being anxiety, have bad relationships. That's just the typical norm, it seems, in today's culture. So if we want to do something, if we want something different for our lives, if we want to be something different, we must do something different. And one of the best ways to do that is through health and diet and nutrition. So I'm asking you, what is your strategy for being here? Do you have a strategy? Do you have a plan? Do you have things that you do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis that you do in order to improve your health? Do you have that? I would recommend putting together a couple things you could do every single day, easy things, and then a couple things you do once a week or a couple times a week. Like I do a coffee enema on Sunday. I'm going to start, this is something I'm new that I'm going to start, is doing a liquid fast every Sunday. So just do liquids, and there's tons of different liquids you could do, bone broth, green juice, stuff like that. I'm going to start that on Sundays as well as my coffee enemas. I work out a few times a week. Maybe there's some things you could do, like maybe do yoga or walking a few days a week. So what are your daily things? What are your weekly things? What are your monthly things? What are your yearly things? And do you have them in a cohesive program that you can get comfortable with, get adapted to, and then start adding more and more into your daily protocols? Because if you just rely on standard, if you do what everyone else is doing, everyone else is getting sick. 1 out of 2 men get cancer, 1 out of every 3 women. 21,000 people around the world die every day from cancer. Heart disease is the number 2 killer in the world. I mean, if you don't do anything, that's just where we're going. And so we must do something if we want to have something different in our daily lives. So, and the side benefit of that is that you get to help encourage other people to do it too, because they'll see a change in your life, and then that's helps other people too. So just some ideas for you. Write down your strategies, share them below. I'd love to hear what you think and what your strategies are. So comment below. I'd love to hear what your strategies are for living a long life and living disease-free, healthy, with lots of energy. And I'd love to hear what your personal strategies are. That would be really cool. The weirder they are, the better, because I always love to hear weird stuff. So if you have any weird stuff that you do, I'd love to hear it. And thanks for watching. We have a ton of radio shows, about 400 so far on our radio show. If you would like to sign up to the newsletter for that, you can do that at extremehealthradio.com/subscribe, or text the word Get Healthy to 33444, and you'll be able to sign up, get our free ebook that sells for $20 on Amazon. I'll send it to you for free, all about these strategies. Actually, a lot of these strategies I talked about in this are available in that ebook. Plus, I give an audio program about how I overcame my food addiction. So specifically carbohydrates and sweets and pastas and stuff like that. So if you're addicted to those foods, you might want to check that out. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. I appreciate it. Share your strategy below. Subscribe to our channel below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends if you are interested in sharing with your friends. Anyway, thanks guys. We'll catch you guys on the next video.